This week's Gizmo rotation features Wartoot, Training Camp, and Saint Mirror. We're going to try to be pushing to the top 200 with the remaining 1 day and 4 hours we have at the time I'm recording this video. So I'm going to be showcasing the top 3 decks for this week's Gizmo rotation going into the new season, which will be happening on Thursday. So in no particular order, I'm going to be featuring these decks, and we are going to be starting off with the Shield Maiden deck. So Shield Maiden is one of the better heroes within the meta right now, just because of the versatility that it has with these compositions. You have the Training Camp, which will be able to buff your backline units so that the Shield Maiden can kind of just tank in the front, and the synergy with this deck specifically, which is featured down here, has the Healing Ranger and the Battle Healer, which is a double whammy for the Shield Maiden, because when the Shield Maiden receives successful healing, it also gains energy. So we're going to be on the lookout for that. We can see that the Dark Goblin is going to get taken down by the Miner on the back door, but as you can see, our Shield Maiden is still extremely healthy for this matchup, so we should be able to take an easy round 1 victory, just being able to tank everything that they're throwing at us. And there it is, the health is going to be going down, and Shield Maiden survives in that first round. So things are looking really good at the start. So heading into round 2, we know he's got the Miner, so what we're going to be doing is we're probably going to want to solely be focusing on our Battle Healer combo and then play around that. So he doesn't really give us any wiggle room here, so I think what we want to do is we want to go with the Healing Ranger, and we're going to go with the extra wide area, and we're just going to hold it right here, and we'll see what he does. He's probably going to play the Miner onto this left side tile where our special tile is. He's probably going to get the Dissipate onto the Miner as well, but the Battle Healer will be able to help the Shield Maiden stay alive as well. He actually completely switched sides and goes with the E-Wizard here. So what we can be doing here is, because he's playing Battle Healer, or because he's playing Natureborn E-Wiz, what we'll likely have to do is get our Wartoot on the backside for the Healing Ranger, or just full send Healing Ranger to level 3 and see what he does with the Miner, and we can always use the Saint Mirror as a backup for our Miner. And as you can see, our Shield Maiden is still sitting at full health. She had not taken damage because it was all healed back, so we will win in overtime with this. But now we know he has the Wartoot on the left-hand side, so we can just play the Shield Maiden into that. So we can just drop this here. Let's go with this down here. We're going to go with the Unstoppable here. And again, I think what we want to do, let's just go Healing Ranger level 3. This is what we're talking about. And then I think what we're going to be doing for this next bit is we are going to be playing the... I don't want to throw them... We don't even need a Gizmo. I don't think we need a Gizmo, because our Healing Ranger's level 3. Even if he plays Miner here, which he's not going to, he ends up going with the Bandit instead. We're going to be able to get the Taunt onto the Bandit eventually. The stun's going to be coming through. We don't have the buff from the Wartoot. Okay, so we might need Wartoot here and have to move the Wartoot forward. We should be able to get a good amount of damage onto his Bandit, even with the Absorb that he has going on, because the Battle Healer is actually keeping this alive. Actually, we don't even need a round. We don't even need a 4th round, because our Shield Maiden, again, is just alive because of all the healing that it was able to get from the Battle Healer and the Healing Ranger while she was alive. So as you can see, 3-0 victory. Shield Maiden deck, very solid choice if you're looking for a good deck this meta. If you're finding this content helpful, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn that notification bell so you don't miss any more videos like this in the future, and also let me know how these decks work for you down in the comment section below. Alright, so the next best deck is going to be a Barbarian King deck. Now with Wartoot in the meta, the thing that to keep an eye out on with this deck specifically... Oh my goodness, let's get rid of these Fishermen because we don't want those right now. So we will just start off with the Healing Ranger. So what you want to be looking for with this deck is going to be, you're basically building it around Wartoot, because Wartoot also gives a little bit of a attack speed boost, which if you're able to level up your Dark Goblin, if you're not going up against a Shield Maiden, this deck will work amazing, because the Dark Goblin with the Wartoot will just continuously be able to ramp up that attack speed with the Wartoot on the backhand side and just absolutely pop off, especially as you level up the Dark Goblin. So this deck does struggle a tiny bit versus Shield Maiden, but you can still win with the mini Pekka with the Dissipate. You can have the Golden Giant as a little bit of an attack barrier and a little bit of a defense buff. And then you also have the Healing Ranger on the backside to be able to keep all your frontline units alive, like the mini Pekka and the Barbarian King, so that way you're able to dish out that little bit of extra damage onto the Shield Maiden units. So that is how you kind of play with that. Let's grab our Mega or Golden Giant and our mini Pekka down here. We're actually going to sell this, and let's go with the healing amount. And I think we're just going to play with this and see how it goes, because we aren't able to get our War Toot yet. He actually gets rid of his archer, which is more beneficial to us than to him. So I'm not sure why. I think he just wanted to get his witch upgraded. But that is not the best use case for him right now. Healing Ranger is going to be on the backside, be able to get some good value. He also has the big bone onto his units. Our Dark Goblin is going to start to cook, but it doesn't have that attack speed build up just yet because we haven't been able to level it up. So he actually is going to be able to win this round, which is perfectly fine. Skeletons and Witch will be able to take our Healing Ranger down. Not really a problem there, because all we need to do is really just focus on getting our Dark Goblin leveled up. So hopefully we can get some Dark Goblins here. Let's grab the Golden Giant. Let's grab the Fisherman. We are not getting a single Dark Goblin. Are you kidding me? All right. Jeez. Try to get Dissipate here, and let's just build the War Toot. Let's just get the War Toot down, get it out. Let's have the mini Pekka in the back, just in case he ends up going with the healing. He ends up going with the archer, so that way the archer will hit the mini Pekka instead. Yep, there's the archer. It actually is going to be able to focus onto the Healing Ranger. He has the anti-heal coming out right here. We are going to be able to get some heals down, but he does, again, he has that anti-heal. We do have that little bit of an attack speed boost coming from our War Toot, but because our Dark Goblin doesn't have that infinite range yet, means he's just going to be able to completely overwhelm us. If we can't get a single Dark Goblin, I don't know what we're going to do, because this is literally the worst luck I have seen so far. Please give us Dark Goblins. Thank you. We at least get one. Alright, so let's get the Dark Goblin onto the backside. Let's throw our mini Pekka here. Let's actually just do a little bit of a switcheroo here. Let's keep our... let's grab the Fisherman. You know what? He hasn't built War Toot. What if we just play Fisherman here? Let's grab our mini Pekka. Let's throw this over here. Let's try to play his... Let's try to play his Witch, and we'll see if this works. Hopefully this will work. This is a high-risk, high-reward situation for us. He does keep the Witch there. Beautiful. Mini Pekka going to be able to start getting Dissipate onto the Witch. Boom. Witch is going to get taken down, so we don't have any skeletons to worry about. We also have our Barbarian King. It's going to be able to ramp up. The Dark Goblin does get destroyed and melted on the backhand side. Let's see if we can at least get the takedown here. Mini Pekka gets the crit hit. His archer... Oh, man. Okay. But we can use this to our advantage. We can level up our Fisherman. Alright, so this is where things are going to get really interesting for us. So we can level up the Fisherman. Let's just go with the Dark Goblin up to level 2. Let's just keep it at level 2 for now, because I want to reroll for Fisherman here. We do get the Fisherman. Thank you. Alright, let's pull this, because we pull everything that's targeted by his training camp, which is going to be super important for us in this situation. So this is going to work out really well, and I think we'll be able to come out on top with this. Here we go. Come on. All right, so there it is. We do pull the Archer. Archer gets taken down. Again, that is the most important part. We did get that Fisherman pull coming in clutch. The Dark Goblin is going to start to cook, and again, it does have that increased attack speed output from the War Toot, so as you can see, the Dark Goblin's just going to start ramping up. We also have the Healing Ranger in the back to keep the Dark Goblin alive. And here it is. Look at the Dark Goblin. He's going to start cooking up. Boom. He's just going to be plowing through these skeletons. He does connect to the Witch. Boom. Witch goes down on the backside. Dark Goblin go brrr. GG. Well played. That was very intense. The fact that we couldn't roll and get a Dark Goblin made it so crazy. And of course, as we were talking about it, one of the best decks in this meta is going to be the Archer Queen. Archer Queen pretty much dominates everything in the existing meta except Shield Maiden, but this specific deck will give you a fighting chance against Shield Maiden. So you can play the Pekka or you can opt in to play the Magic Archer. I like the Magic Archer option because of the ability to pierce. So typically what a Shield Maiden player will do is their Shield Maiden will be in the front, and you can utilize the pierce of the Magic Archer to hit the backline units while you're also dealing damage to the Shield Maiden. So that helps out quite a bit. Now let's roll through. We're going to keep dropping this down. We are going to again go with the I don't know if he has Fisherman, so I'm actually, yeah, you know what? Let's just play Wartoot. I think that's going to be the most beneficial for us right now, because again, that Dark Goblin will be able to get that increased attack speed. On the backhand side, we'll also be able to get the invulnerability, so if he has any stun units, we'll be able to take that down. We do have the Archer Queen coming through on the backside, which is going to be perfectly great. Countess is going to TP back to the giant skeleton, and as you can see, the Archer Queen is going to go invisible and take down his healing ranger, and we're going to go up a quick 2-0 right now, and let's see if we can close this out pretty quickly. What we are going to do is we're going to go with the healing ranger on the far left side, just to kind of confuse him a little bit. Let's see if we can grab a Dark Goblin here. We aren't able to grab the Dark Goblin, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw this Musketeer right here. So this way, if he happens to target our Archer Queen first, the Musketeer will be the one that goes invisible from this. So let's drop this in. We're going to keep our giant skeleton up front because we want to try to have his Countess TP to that first. And again, he is going to be throwing the Mega Knight down. So if we do happen to run into the situation where he does have that extended range, the Wartoot will make the everything kind of unstunned. And as you can see, there it is, a quick, clean 3-0.